Gigabyte intros X870 Eco Wi-Fi 7 motherboard, 18 power phases, up to DDR5 8256 GB support, as features. Gigabyte's X870 Eco Wi-Fi 7 motherboard offers a robust VRM and the latest connectivity features for AMD's Ryzen AM5 CPUs. Gigabyte adds another X870 chipset motherboard for AMD's AM5 Ryzen CPUs, the X870 Eco Wi-Fi 7. A few days ago, Gigabyte unveiled its high-end X870 Aorus Master motherboard for enthusiasts. The company has now introduced a new mainstream X870 chipset motherboard named the X870 Eco Wi-Fi 7. This model is based on the Nani X870 chipset but offers competitive features for modern PCs featuring the latest AM5 AMD Ryzen CPUs. The Gigabyte X870 Eco Wi-Fi 7 motherboard features a 6-layer PCB and a robust VRM, featuring 14+2+2 power phases for overclocking and reliable voltage supply to the AMD Ryzen AM5 CPUs. Long aluminum grooved heatsinks are installed on the VRM components for heat dissipation, plus a small I/O shroud with an RGB lit eagle logo is featured for aesthetics. The PCB is decorated with gray and white accents and a chipset with a customizable RGB LED zone. Key features: AMD socket AM5, supports AMD Ryzen 9000, 8000, 7000 series processors. Digital twin 14+2+2 phases VRM solution. Dual channel DDR5, 4 DIMMs with AMD Expo memory module support. Wi-Fi is plug, quick and easy design for Wi-Fi antenna installation. S-Latch Plus, key and M.2 slots with quick release and screwless design. S-Latch Click, M.2 heatsinks with screwless design. Friendly UI, multi-theme, AIO fan control, and Q-Flash Plus auto scan in BIOS and SW. New Aorus Power Center and WinFo for real-time monitoring of CPU power phases. Ultra-fast storage, 3 M.2 slots, including 1 key 5.0x4. Efficient thermal, VRM thermal armor advanced and M.2 thermal guard. Fast networking, 2.5 GB LAN and Wi-Fi 7 with ultra-high gain antenna. Extended connectivity, dual USB Type-C with DP-out, HDMI. Key up slot X, key 5.0x16 slot with 10x strength for graphics card. 4 DIMM slots are featured on the motherboard that supports up to 256 GB of DDR5 memory clocked at up to 8000 mount s. Furthermore, with AMD Expo technology, the board offers great stability for overclocking RAM on optimized memory settings. For expansion cards, there are 3 PCIe X16 slots, the primary one featuring Gen 5.0 bandwidth while the other two offer PCIe Gen 3.0 interface. There are several latest storage connectors too, including 3 M.2 connectors supporting PCIe 5.0 and 4.0 speeds and 4x SATA 6 GB per second ports for traditional SATA hard, solid-state drives. For convenient connectivity, there are several headers on board supporting USB 2.0, 3.2 Gen 1, and Type-C 3.2 Gen 2x2 ports for front panel case connection. At the I/O, there are multiple USB Type-A and Type-C connectors, including the fast USB 4, 3.2 Gen 2/Gen 1, and regular USB 2.0 ports for peripherals. The Gigabyte X870 Eco Wi-Fi 7 motherboard comes with a built-in MediaTek Wi-Fi 7 MT7925 adapter and a fast RILSC 2.5 GB line for internet connectivity. Bluetooth 5.4 support is also provided for a stable and extended range for wireless devices. While the motherboard doesn't offer premium features in the troubleshooting department, users can find a Q-Flash Plus button at the I/O debug zone on the PCB along with power and reset buttons for overclocking enthusiasts. The X870 Eco Wi-Fi 7 carries the latest M.2/Click and S/Plus design for easier M.2 SSD installation and the latest PCIe S/Plus for the primary PCIe X16 slot. The full list of I/O includes 1X Flash Plus button, 2X antenna connectors, 2T2R, 1X HDMI port, 2X S4 USB Type-C ports, DisplayPort, 1X USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A port, red, 3X USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports, 4X USB 2.0 ports, 1X RJ45 port, 3X audio jacks. The pricing and availability for the X870 Eco Wi-Fi 7 is not yet announced, but the motherboard is expected to launch on the 30th of September along with other X870 and X870 boards from Gigabyte and other motherboard makers.